Hi, I'm Brian with Pioneer Builders. We have this home for sale, and I'm going to give you a tour of it. Let's head inside. Well, welcome to the main level. We actually designed the house so that it wasn't too high off of the ground, fairly easy to get into. The garage is over there. We'll end up there eventually, but that was the primary bedroom. There's a room in the front and then the stairwell to go up. Let's start by taking a look at the great room. As you look up, you can see that we have a nice vaulted ceiling. Gives a real good feeling of airiness in here. We have LED lighting throughout, and while most of the house would always be heated with mini splits using VRF technology, we do have a source of backup heat if it was ever needed, or just for ambiance. So we have a propane fireplace, and then over the top, we've plumbed it and wired it so that you can have your television mounted up there. This is a golf course piece of property. So you can see we have a nice view of the fairway in the back. And while we do have operable windows that you might want to use in the summertime, we also have an ERV to provide heating and cooling. I'll get into that later. As we come around the kitchen, all of our countertops are solid surface. And in this case, we've got wood-stained cabinetry in the kitchen. We have an Energy Star dishwasher. We have a nice pull-down faucet, farm sink, and a push button on the countertop for the food disposal. We have taller than average kitchen cabinetry that gives a lot of storage, and we'll come back and walk through the passage later. Over here is the breakfast nook. The front bedroom front room could be used for a dining room, but in this case, we have this breakfast nook. Now let's go ahead and go outside in the back. You'll see we have a very large deck. We'll let you take a look at the view. But this is, I don't know, 12 by 20 foot deck. I don't know the exact number. But as you look in the back, and if this wasn't a cloudy day, it is absolutely gorgeous. Well, let's head back inside. As we come from the breakfast nook, you'll see on my side here is a door that goes to the garage, and then on my other side is the powder room. We've got wood-stained cabinetry, solid surface countertops, a decorative fixture, and all of the exhaust fans in this house are very energy efficient. Another efficiency thing that we have is water sense fixtures. Now, having a low flow fixture does not mean a low pressure fixture. And really, we don't want to use any more water than is needed. So that's good to know. So right off of that area, now we're in the laundry room. We've got our washer, dryer hookups, and then we pre-plumbed so that if you wanted to add cabinetry, add a sink, you'd be able to do that. And then there's plenty of room for uppers and that window for daylighting. Now, as we pass back through the kitchen, we'll start buttoning up the main floor walkthrough. This is essentially a pantry cabinet as we go through the walkthrough, this pass-through rather. And then as we come into the front bedroom, we come back to the beginning. Now this room could be used for a variety of things. You know, we sold this house one time and somebody actually used it as part of their massage business. So I don't know how often that's going to happen, but you can see it's got a lot of space, plenty of things that it could be used for. Now as we come around to the primary bedroom, we have our coat closet here, and we'll come into the primary bedroom. This is a nice area because it has its own mini split head for heating and cooling. So you can have heating or air conditioning. This whole house is built very energy efficiently. It's got a tight building envelope, and effectively you'll have heating and cooling throughout, air conditioning. We've got 3 different windows in here. We've got the one over the bedroom, and then we have them here in the front of the house. And really, it's just a nice, cozy space. As we come around to the primary bathroom now, we have a closet, a linen closet. Can pretty much never have enough storage. We have 2 vanities, 2 mirrors, individual receptacles, and 2 lights over those vanities. These are all higher than perhaps an existing home or an older home would be, which is just more comfortable to use. Another nice thing as far as accessibility or ease of use is concerned is these single lever faucets. When you have one lever, it's just easier than two. And we have the same lever style as far as only needing one hand when it comes to our doors. Now we have a walk-in shower with a bench, an opaque glass window in there to get the daylight, but also give you some privacy. And then we have this nice shower enclosure. As we come into the master closet, we've got some uppers that go all the way around and then a lower. And it's not a confined space. There's some good room. And then we've got a separate water closet for privacy, and it has a nice exhaust fan with LED lighting. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. Sorry, let me change that. We do have a closet here under the stairs. Don't look in there. It's got some furniture. We always list our houses in order to sell them. We find it really helps people to be able to visualize. And there's one other thing that I wanted to show you on this dogleg set of stairs, and that's this receptacle. That is something that my mom has wanted us to have in our houses because it makes cleaning easier. Now I'll meet you upstairs. Okay, up on the main level, we have 3 different bedrooms, a pocket office, and we have the main bathroom. Probably this is where the kids are going to be. But I want to stop for a second before we walk through the architecture of the rooms and talk about the fresh air system that we have. We build our houses with a tight building envelope, but we as humans need to have outdoor air to breathe. So what we do is we install an ERV. The brand that we use and the model is the Panasonic IntelliBalance 100 ERV. Basically what it does is it takes air from the outside and it pipes it into the house while at the same time piping out stale air. Just think about it for a second. If you were in a 10 by 10 room with the doors closed and very sealed up and you kept rebreathing air, eventually the CO2 levels would go up and the oxygen levels would go down. With this unit, we're able to provide that outside air that our lungs need in order for us to be healthy. What's really cool about an ERV though is it has this box inside that allows heat energy and moisture to be able to transfer between those air streams. Basically, it's a simple way to be able to provide outdoor air to your house in an energy efficient way. All right, now let's walk through the different rooms that we have. Off the front of the house, we have one bedroom. It's got natural lighting in here, but then it also has a walk-in closet. So maybe this is the room that the oldest one of your kids would get to be in. As we come to the landing, this is kind of the main circulation area. We have a linen closet. It's got 4 shelves in there. And then we have a pocket office. Kind of a cute little room. But if you ever just needed to get away, this would be a nice spot for it. It has a supply duct for heating and cooling, and it has a window. Of course, we already talked about the fresh air, but in case you wanted to get more outdoor air or just hear the birds sing, you could open that window. Across the way, we have another bedroom. Doesn't have a walk-in closet, but it does have a little nook there that you could easily put a desk in or something like that. Maybe that's where a kid would end up doing their homework. And then as we come into the primary or secondary bathroom, you can see that a lot of the same features are in here. A different decorative mirror. We have a 3-lamp light fixture. Now, one thing I'll point out is our exhaust fans are all very energy efficient. That means the watts per CFM is low. It doesn't take very much electricity. Now, these guys can all be adjusted from 50 to 80 to 100 CFM, depending on how much air you want to push out and how quiet or noisy, as the case might be, you want it to be. In our bathing rooms, these also have humidity sensors. So if I turn this water on, and some steam started being generated, you'd be surprised at how fast that thing actually turns on. And then some of these have LED lighting a nightlight feature, as well as a full-on feature. Now up here, we've got a step-in, or a bathtub rather. And so we've got the shower, and we have our tub faucet there. Let's look at our last bedroom. And that would be adjacent to the great room. Now in this room, again, we've got the light that we need, and then we also have our closet. Well, let me meet you downstairs as we close out our video. Before we actually close it out, let me tell you about a couple of things inside the garage. So we have an A.O. Smith 50-gallon heat pump water heater. The top side is the heat pump. It also has a couple of resistance elements within the tank, and there's different options that you can use depending on how efficient you want to go, what your demand is. It also has a Taco Comfort recirculation pump. That allows you to have hot water at the tap so that you don't have to wait a long time to evacuate a cold water line by the time it gets to the tap. It's a nice water-saving feature. Let's go over and I'll show you some things with the electrical panel. A couple of things to show you here at the electrical panel. Don't mind the mess. I'm a builder, and so we have some things in here for storage. But a couple of things to point out is we have a surge protector, and that can help to protect your appliances in the case of a surge. There's also a transfer switch. On the outside is a generator plug-in that you could use a cord to plug in case you wanted to energize your house if the power goes out. And then again, don't mind the mess, but if you peek behind here, you'll see this little area that you can plug in a car charger. Well, there's a lot of different ways to do it. But bottom line, if you've got an EV vehicle, you should be covered. Now let's go outside and close it out. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this tour. There's a lot of features to this house. I covered a lot of them in this video, but there's more to it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully you learned something, and we'll see you next time.